This is Slide Into Your DMs,
the podcast about sex, love, and dating
in a digital world.
With Brian Macduffee and Maggie Mayfield.
I was floored when you were texting me at like 6 a.m. the other day. I was like, you're never awake this early.
Yeah.
Brian was like, I have full sentence thoughts. It was very early.
That's a way to be productive to start your day right there, 6 a.m.
Are you an early morning person?
No, I can get used to it, but right now it's been so long that, it's an accomplishment. Like 9 o'clock is like my goal.
Yeah. What do you normally wake up at?
Like today was like 10:45, 11.
Okay.
Like it's like that for most, because it's like, we're out late. So as long as I can get like 6 to 8 hours, I'm good.
Dude,
3 o'clock is my bedtime.
your voice is throwing me off right now.
No, I don't know if it's these damn vapes.
Yeah.
Like,
it probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my esophagus has been vaporized right now. It's been like this for months. And this is getting better.
This is better?
This is better. Yeah.
It is cedar fever here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, but this was I feel like this started during the last cedar fever. It
God
just
bless.
Never went away.
It's actually, I think it's kind of cool.
I hate it.
Yeah. I bet you
I
do,
hate
because
it.
it's like so different now,
So hard to like get emphasis on certain things when I'm on stage, or
Yeah.
if I go long-winded, my voice just goes away.
So this has been like for a while?
Probably since the end of summer.
Have you thought about not talking?
Pulling that old Mile
I would love to just, be a meme or a mime or whatever.
Yeah.
But like you have a day off of work and you're like, I'm just going to watch TV for a day.
I don't never.
Nothing.
What's the day off though? I feel like
I agree with that.
I might not be working my job, and then it's always some other bullshit to do.
If you were
thank you for doing our bullshit.
If you were mute, it'd be funny though. If all you ever said was, "I won't talk about it," and then just went back to silence.
I might have to try that at a mic just to do it, just to do it, and then post it.
Dude, Maya Angelou was mute for like 15 years. Didn't say a word. I think it was 15. Brandon, will you look that up real quick?
Maya Angelou was.
Yeah. Something happened to her when she was a child. That's like the worst evil in the world. We know what I'm talking about, right? And she just didn't talk.
Damn.
And that whole time she was just like thinking about the poetry she was going to break out on people and the words of wisdom.
As soon as she opened her mouth, straight fire, bars.
Wow.
Oh, 6.
6 years.
Definitely not 15.
But still, that's a long time.
Still,
just not talking.
Got a leap year in there.
I've thought about doing that, just like not talking for a year. I lasted like 15 minutes.
Oh my
God.
God.
I gotta fill the space.
I told my people at work last week I was born again Christian. I was baptized last Saturday night. No more swearing, drugs, sex, alcohol, none of that. That lasted, when I went back into the kitchen to cuss somebody out, fucking up my order.
Wait, did you really get baptized though?
No, but that was like, I poured some water. I had my own holy water. It was the tap water in the back of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
It's my holy water.
Praying for them tips.
Right, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Especially in Cedar Park, because those are hard to come by.
Really?
You get a lot of certain demographic who is just real economical.
Uh-huh.
They don't like to spend a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
They kind of bobble their head a little bit when they talk.
Wait.
We're talking about Indian
I know,
people.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I used to work up in Cedar Park too. Yeah, no ice. Oh God, dude. We can't. This is gonna get just to bug me. The entitlement, you know, and then we don't tip.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, learn the culture, all right?
I got
because
bills to
I
pay.
don't make any money. I make $2 an hour. I can't get $2.
Of your $130,000 salary that you have.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
told you I love cows too. I'm related. I'm with you,
Right, all we got is chicken. Like, we're not butchering it. Well, no, we do have smash burgers, but, yeah.
Anthony, were you raised religious?
No, because my parents were young. Like, we went to church only on, like, Easter and fucking, like, the holidays. We were supposed
Easter and
to.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah. My grandmother, she was super Catholic on my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad's mom Baptist, but we never were really in the church like that.
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you why?
Well, my parents were 16 and 17 when they had me, so I don't think church was like at the top of their priorities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it like a legit prom? Were you a prom baby?
No. I was We couldn't afford to get a second abortion baby.
Oh shit! The second one?
The second one.
Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be funny if you came back again. You know?
Yeah.
Like, no, get rid
I'll
of me,
try it
Daddy.
again, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know I've been in this motherfucker again. I still got pictures on the walls. And,
I'm persistent as fuck. I'm surviving this ultrasound. Damn.
Yeah.
See, that's where my voice fucks up when I try to roll
Yeah.
R's and shit. Yeah.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a sister who is a year and a half younger than me,
Mm-hmm.
and I have younger brothers and sisters that are like 18 and 20 now.
Okay.
Half siblings on my dad's side.
They were like a choice, huh?
Yes, actually. Apparently, my brother, my dad's side, his mom said she would give my dad the money he wanted or needed to open up a restaurant if she gave him a son. So I guess it was a planned like business transaction.
Game of Thrones.
Game of
style.
Thrones shit, yeah.
If she gave him a son?
Yeah, because
Why would that be important for her, though?
so apparently her bloodline traces back to like the original people who settled in America, like with the Mayflower and the first set of ships.
The Watts.
The Pilgrims?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't even think it's.
Hard
I think
age.
it's before. I think it's the Quakers are like
Yeah,
the
the
OG
Quak-
people.
yeah.
Oh, dude, you're from a family of prudes. That's
No.
crazy.
Well, we're not related
not
by
him,
blood.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
But like,
Oh man. All
Wait,
right,
does
well,
she
you
have
know, that's-
documentation to prove that?
no. Like, and she's like, we found out over the years she's like actually crazy.
Oh yeah, she might be making it up.
Well, like, first of all, like your child is gonna have some melanin when it's born. I don't think anyone on the Mayflower is gonna give you money, with a
Yeah.
black baby. Come on now, let's be real. Like, so, but no, yeah,
I
she
feel like
Actually, I thought there was a
probably
lot of
got
money
more
in that,
progressive.
yeah.
You know,
maybe we haven't seen a dime.
Yeah.
Like, she gave him the restaurant.
they're like, hey, I just want you to know, Patrick Mahomes, my favorite.
Exactly.
Love him. all
Face
right?
of the league, face of
Tiger,
America.
love
Right?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how those siblings were brought about. I guess my sister was planned too.
Yeah.
My second sister
With love, that's nice.
planned with love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, because I'm the oldest too.
Yeah.
I've heard you do jokes about having a young mom. I got a young mom. I feel you. This is about to be a crazy question. I hope you're kind of packed in because I'm curious about
Okay.
this, okay?
Yeah.
So as the oldest child, right, and you could have been, taken out, how do you feel about abortion?
I mean, I'm not against it. Like if the deciding parties, mainly the woman who's carrying the baby, feels like that's what she wants to do
Yeah.
or needs to do for herself, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I've had some pregnancy scares in the past with exes, and I always said like, I support whatever you do, but here's what I would do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it like that, I wouldn't.
No,
be
I
like,
get.
yeah.
I think it's like 75-25. Like you
Yeah.
should have a little input,
Yeah.
but like you don't really get to decide.
Exactly.
But,
Like I'm in the boardroom,
Yeah.
but I own a small stake in this.
yeah, I'm gonna throw my 2 cents at
Exactly.
least.
Well,
you
what's
know?
your 2 cents?
I was at the time for both. I was just like, I know I'm not ready to be a father, but like if that's what ends up being, I'm willing to step up and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
So it was, that.
That's the correct answer too.
And I wouldn't
in the
be
back
like,
of your
yeah.
head, you're thinking like, "Oh, I can move to Portugal.
All types of
I
plans.
can start a new life."
I'm here doing math, seeing if I can afford a flight to wherever the fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want kids eventually?
Eventually, but I also know like the life that I came up in, just not having shit, and also being like neglected in some ways. Like I just wouldn't want to set up my kids in that type of situation.
Yeah.
So I want to get my bread right, but being a comic,
Yeah.
that bread's gonna be baking for a while. So, but then again, at the same time, in a position like if something comes up unexpected and happens, then we just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, being a little older now, if you did get caught up in a situation, has your opinion changed about it at all? Like, would you be like now at this age, like, no, I want to have a kid?
Well, I'm probably more broke now than I was then, so the financial side of it will be a little tougher.
So that's just the whole thing.
That's
It's
just on the
like,
financial
if you had money,
Yeah.
you'd be totally open to it.
Yeah, but even now, even without having money, like I would definitely think like, like let's figure something out. Like I would be more open to like trying to map it out and see if it works. But also it depends on like with who. Like I don't have a girl right now that I would see myself doing that with.
Yeah.
But, circumstances dictate, kind of where I would go with it.
So, like, if you had to get a grown-up job, ideally, right?
Yeah.
What kind of job would you get?
So I am an insurance adjuster. for property damage on like commercials, buildings, and like all lines of insurance. So,
Wow.
and I'm pretty well with that. I'm trying to like get my foot, like just tap my toe in the field.
Yeah.
Because it pays well. Like I had a friend who did a catastrophe in Louisiana after a hurricane. Was there for a month. He made like 40,000.
Yeah.
Now you need the experience.
Yeah.
It takes time, but like
In a month?
in a month, because when there was a hurricane, like everybody needs claims on their cribs, their cars, not just like you think of like a car dealership that gets hit with like a big ass hailstorm. Every single one of those cars gets a claim, and you get a cut. So
It is funny though that like you're like the only person hoping for a natural disaster.
no, exactly right.
It starts raining, you're
Right.
like, a little harder.
Right, come on.
Let's get some wind.
Yes. I need them wildfires to hit. Burn this motherfucker
When
down.
people do the stereotype about how Jews control the weather, you're like, I need you, friends. Let's get some tornadoes,
Right,
people.
like, shit, I'll celebrate Hanukkah now. Let's go. Hell yeah. But it's hard to get your foot in. Like there's like a couple of extra courses. Like I thought I had the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And there's probably a few more things I could get to like really get my foot in there. Time and money right now. But I'm getting myself in a position to put a little bit more love in that field.
Do you think that would have more flexibility for you to like do more comedy?
I think so, for sure, because I could work a local insurance office 9 to 5 and like where I just go out in the field, take pictures of cars, and then when there is catastrophes, I fly out for a couple weeks and I can connect in those cities.
Okay. So it is still like a 9 to 5 thing.
Yeah,
And those are special circumstances. Okay.
with benefits, which is like the big thing, benefits are.
Yeah.
I just imagine you getting on stage talking to the people of, Atlanta, Georgia after their hurricane fire, You just getting on stage and looking at people going, you guys are fucked.
Right, yeah.
Let
But
me
talk
tell
to
you
me
something.
after the show.
You guys are getting $18.
Right, yeah.
Damn.
So you're single right now?
I'm single right now.
Yeah? No apps or nothing?
I always struggle with the apps. Like, I mean, I haven't used Tinder a whole lot lately. Like, I always feel like just out and about is like where I find my best success. When just hooking up and dating.
You got a pickup line or?
I always just try to start with like a nice compliment and kind of tie it in with like where I'm at. So like, if I see a beautiful lady at the bar and the bar is kind of like a bar I wouldn't expect to see her in, I might just kind of go off of something like that.
Yeah.
Or make a comment on the drink, like you would be drinking a cranberry vodka. And
Yeah.
Just try to open the dialogue.
You would be with them Timbs on. What you
Right,
doing?
yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask some. How does it make you feel when a woman comes up to you and compliments you from the start?
Oh.
You ever had that happen?
Yeah, I've had that happen, or it might not be a compliment, but also just like a just dialogue. Like I did a mic. See, that's the thing. Most of my nights out are at mics, so like that's also kind of just like a whoa.
You meet a girl, you're like, don't listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's crazier when I get done bombing at a mic, and then she comes up to me. I'm like,
That always cracked me up too. I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's
you don't hear the things I just said.
I was gonna say, isn't that like a red flag though? You're like, you're
Oh,
dumb.
yeah, like, you just heard this, right?
You're a dumb.
Yeah, dumb, crazy, probably poor.
Daddy issues for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Like, after this,
Any girl that talks to me, I just assume they got them.
yeah,
So I got the voice, a little bit of a belly,
yeah. She comes up to you, you're saying, like,
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, any girl that like comes up to me and compliments me, it like makes me feel a little small,
Okay.
And she like comes up and she's like, "Hey, what's up, big boy? I like your smile." I'm just like,
What? Who's
Like-
ever said that?
like,
Has that happened?
yeah, you'd be so surprised the things. Like Brandon said at one time, there was a girl at the show came up, she just said like, "Hey, you're looking good. You buy a bigger shirt or you start taking Ozempic," and I was just kind of like, what?
Wait, so
Like,
do guys want compliments or no?
No,
No?
I don't even want girls to approach me.
Just stay in our corner? Oh my God.
I kind of like compliments because then for me it's just an easier to start a dialogue because like I've had struggles with like reading the wrong signals. I'm like, oh, she's looking at me, we're making eye contact, and then I decide to go up and say something, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get away from me. And I'm
She
like,
says, "What the fuck are you doing?" Get
no,
away
no,
from
like
me."
well, I'm paraphrasing. Like,
Okay,
like
all right.
that's just kind of like the energy I'm getting.
Yeah.
Like I've even had where I'm talking like, oh, hey, she's looking at me, right? Like I'm about to go say something, and then I get the cosign from my people, like, yeah, I think so. And then maybe it's just I got to come up with a better bar at the beginning or something because that's happened a lot.
I don't know. You're a good looking dude, bro. You're tall. you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's such an advantage. You could at least see the playing field a little easier. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, no, it's definitely, I mean, perks to being tall. Like, I just feel like I can, when I do strike up a conversation, I can command the attention. For sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's the scary part, though, is just the sparking of the conversation.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I got to come up with something interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I got to just get like a conversation going. You can't just like talk about the things you like.
Yeah.
Hey, you play Smash Bros or what? You know? Hey,
Maybe-
you watch
I
football?
mean, you could, but
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to start doing it. Just go up and just start talking about some random shit.
Talking to them like dudes.
Yeah, have you ever thought about what happens after death, you know, and then just start that conversation?
what an opener.
As you're open,
Yeah.
hey, you believe in God?
Yeah.
Nah, this ain't gonna work.
Listen, if we don't know if it's going to work in the afterlife, we're not going to waste our time right here in awake life. Shit. Might have to try that, though. Like, just for me to be, like, in a weird position of, like, uncomfortable and see if she fucks with it. But I think I got to just be strategic in how I go about that.
Yeah, no, it's like that's why it's called the game.
Exactly,
You know? Yeah. I was just thinking, because we're like the ones expected to make the first move, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just talking about the look, that made me realize that like that's y'all kind of making the first move.
Yeah.
It's like y'all kind of have to give us the sign of like, hey, it's safe. You know?
Yes.
Of course, it's a subliminal move that they make, but, you know, we just got to make sure we pick up on it and know, like you said, all right, we got the green light. Just proceed with caution and or care, I guess.
Pedal to the metal. I'm coming.
I'm
running. Hey, wait, no. Yeah.
Crash and burn. And,
So do y'all do that? Have you ever done that on purpose? Like, do girls do that on purpose? They do like the 3 take or whatever y'all do?
I don't know if it's 3.
I mean, I got a nice butt. It's a 3 take. Okay.
how long is your eye contact? Like, how long do you try to lock
It's
eyes?
gotta be 3 to 5 seconds. It's gotta be
3 to 5?
Yeah.
That's like gazing. That's a whole gaze.
Yeah, but you don't want to stare. That's weird.
I feel like 3 to 5 is a.
Do you tend to break eye contact first? Or,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you break it,
Yeah.
and then you just like smile and look away.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that doesn't mean if you break eye contact though, that doesn't mean that you're ugly.
Correct.
Okay.
That means like, I see you. It's safe. Come over.
Let's get
All
the-
right.
get the
But,
notebook out.
but can you show me like what if an ugly creepy dude's doing it? Like let me be ugly creepy dude, and then let me
Okay.
make okay.
Okay, I'm having a drink with my friends.
Ready? Like that?
Yeah.
Just immediate turn? Okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't be.
I don't think she's seen me.
That's definitely happened for
Go
sure.
talk to her.
Yeah.
When y'all go clubbing and dancing, do you walk up and just start dancing with a chick?
Dude, I haven't done that since like 93. Clubbing. Dude, the last
Yeah.
time I went clubbing,
Yeah.
swear to God, it was like with a couple comics from New York, dude. I literally just stood in the corner.
Yeah.
And my buddies were hyping me up. You're the biggest dude in here, bro. You're hot. Get out there. I seen you dance. You got moves. And I just sat there going, I am so fucking old. You know? Like I was like, I might be the oldest person.
No,
well,
yeah.
not besides that guy, you know? But yeah.
Yeah, a couple summers ago, I went with some coworkers. Didn't want to go, but there was this chick dancing. I was like, I'm gonna go up and make my move. Went up to go, grab her hips to dance. She turns around, looks at me, and she's like, "Oh hell no!" and then walks away. I was like crushed. That shit fucked with me.
I used to
People
have
say-
a joke about that because I dreamed up in my head. I'm like, that's the worst thing that can happen.
She literally said, "Oh hell no."
Yeah, yeah. And it's, not even to be fair, like we work all the time, so we like went straight from work. So I'm wearing like Target khakis,
Hell yeah.
a collared shirt. Like,
Hell yeah. And
like,
it's
I'm here to fix the fucking internet.
It's
like-
red. It's like bright red.
Yeah, exactly, right, yeah.
Jake from State Farm.
Exactly.
Oh man. And you know the worst thing about that? It's like dark
Yeah.
in the club. You can barely see people,
Yeah.
That's rough,
It was-
dude.
and I had my like friends and coworkers there like around, so when they saw it, like I had to face humiliation from them too. So
No,
I barely
see-
know y'all, and y'all are seeing.
See,
this shit.
I disagree with that part though, because I know to you, you're like everyone just seen me get shut down. Right? I'm the guy sitting over there going, "You see Anthony talking to women? You see that man's confidence just walking up,
I love
just being like, let me go. He just put his dick on her back.
We
You
need to
see
hang
how
out
cool
more.
he
I need
is?
more friends like you to
I was
support
like,
and
that's
shit.
so nice.
I should let you know. No, when I'm friends with you, you can ask Brandon. When I'm friends with you, I'm a little mean,
Okay.
because now I feel like I can like kind of be like honest in the
Yeah.
sense of that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, I know we all kind of came in at the same time before I left for work. We would go out a few times. I vaguely, like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were like Rainy Street, 6th Street.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was get drunk, but I remember it was always a good vibe, good time though.
Always fun,
Yeah.
always good. You know,
Yeah.
I still have the same problems where I'm like, don't have enough money to date her.
Yeah.
You know, she's out of my league.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, that one's fat.
How do you
know?
determine if someone's out of your league?
For me, I think like if she's making a lot of money, like that could fuck with my confidence a little bit.
Yeah.
More so
That's
than
fair.
anything else.
Yeah, if she looks like she has her life together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I have no chance. You know, I'm just going up being like, I'm 30. You know,
It's like, what's your plan in the next
You know?
month? Well, I got these 3 jokes that I'm really trying to get tight. Yeah,
just
that's-
working on a tight new
New
5,
five,
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's over here got Roth IRAs and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, you live in that building?
Yeah.
The one I'm pointing up at? Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I've dropped off food there before.
There we go.
Yeah.
So if she like dresses too nice, like, it's not something that you can like see. You have to like talk to her a little bit.
No, it is something you could see. It's like an
Yeah.
aura. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
you can
Yeah.
just like.
Do
read
I
it.
carry that
The
aura?
drinks.
No, because you do comedy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
No, like you do, but like you do comedy, and I know you do comedy.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, good.
We
You know?
didn't know you did comedy. Then we like, oh shit, intimidated. You know, red hair
All right,
too.
well-
Yeah, like.
Oh, red hair too. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'd ask you if you owned a whip.
Yeah.
I'd ask you if those boots are made for walking. You know what I'm saying?
They'll walk all over you.
There we
Hey
go.
yo. What was your last long-term relationship?
Shit. Last long-term relationship, that was before I moved to Austin. Probably, or no shit, well before Austin. It was probably like my first year in the comedy is when it kind of went to shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a choice.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it ended before I was like really fully into comedy. But like, I don't think starting comedy helped. And it was just the relationship where I thought like, yo, all right, she's the one. We're gonna like, she's family, like wife.
How
and
old were
everything.
you when we met her?
Let's see here. I was 26.
Okay.
Started comedy like 29, 30, something like that.
Wow.
Damn, y'all kind of like broke the threshold too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like 2 years is like the threshold kind of for
Yeah.
is this going to go longer or
Yeah.
are we done with this, you know?
So we were, before it was official, so like that's like the whole term of like the the good, the bad, the ugly, everything was in around that time frame. The best times, like when we were together in a relationship, like I definitely feel like there was a good love that we had. Personally, on my life at the time, I was trying to like just get my life more under control in terms of like just get a job that I felt like could coincide with comedy. My mom was going through some health issues, and I felt like I wasn't there for her. I was getting ready to move. So I was juggling a lot. And like, not to say she was like a needy, like it was just a high maintenance relationship. And I wasn't mad at that. It's just like I felt like I wasn't doing the most that I could for her, what she needed. We got to a point where every time we hung out, just hooking up, like hang out, have sex. And she felt some type of way about that. I was like, well then look, I need to get my shit together. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go out here and do
Wait, she
me.
was like asking for more?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
emotional, be there emotionally, I guess, emotional availability. And I thought I was doing a good job with that, but I wasn't.
I listened to your stories.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate her too.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
with you.
Yeah. And so we took a break, and I told her, I was like, I'm not gonna get mad if you like do you. I'm not out here trying to like do a bunch of crazy shit. Just want to figure out where I can get my life in a good spot. And we still hung out afterwards, and maybe that was the mistake, because maybe she thought that I was still like just out in these streets, and I wasn't. You know.
Out in these streets trying to perform. you
Yeah,
know?
no, and well, this was even before kind of like this was just me trying to like roadmap. I don't know about y'all, but the first time you did comedy, did you feel like you were just doing a lot of unnecessary pre-steps before your first set instead of just doing it?
No, I just kind of did it.
You just did it.
I was
Same.
just like in the situation.
Okay.
Drank a second beer.
Yeah.
And then the whole time I just went on stage talking about how, oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Got you.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote a lot before I did it. Like when I finally did it, I did just jump in and do it. But so this was right before I had started, and then so I had to kind of like we worked on just trusting each other again while we weren't together, and then once we got that, we would hook up, but not like I said, we weren't together, you know. But I felt like I was taking the steps to be more emotionally available to her,
Yeah.
and then it finally got to a point I'll never forget. So right before,
Can I ask you a question? real
yeah.
quick? If you found out she was smashing other dudes, would you be mad?
well, you gotta hear what happens.
Oh, snap. All right.
So she wasn't smashing other dudes like during this time, right? But right before she was about to go on vacation, we hung out, we hooked up, and then while she was on vacation, she was like, I'm late on my period type shit. And she said, she was like, I'm gonna name the kid. So this is where we were kind of playing around, like, okay, well, that's fine. Like, I got the middle name. So I was kind of like, we were joking, but also like,
Oh, damn, you
if
were
this
like-
happens, like, we'll be, I'm all in.
Like we're joking, ha ha.
Yeah.
I love the name Trevor though.
Yeah. Trey Sean was the name I was gonna go with this mixed baby, like Trey Sean, because he's got 3 different. No, there was no reasoning behind it.
You could also call him Trey. Very cool.
Exactly.
Name.
That's
Very
what he is.
cool
Like,
name.
I was trying to think of like good nicknames and everything. Trey
And-
Knight, like that. That's
That's a good Trey Knight's a
that's
good
cool.
one.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a basketball player right there.
Yeah.
Number 3. I see it.
Yeah.
That's also very, that's a good name too, because when you're a dad and you yell it, it
Yeah.
sounds Trayvon. You know,
Yeah.
that sounds
That's serious,
angry.
yeah,
Yeah,
like-
That's how you know I'm not fucking with you.
I'm one
right
pitch
now.
away from whipping your ass.
Yeah.
2 pitches away from running out on you and never coming back.
I would like to marry a
That would-
white woman and then name our kid Trayvon. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was white
Just
too.
for the
So
fun.
yeah, like seeing her say
Yeah.
this shit would have been,
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
that shit would have been fucking awesome.
Trayvon.
Yeah. So my name was Trey Sean, but
Trey
it's 'cause
Sean,
there's-
sorry,
my dad's
sorry.
name was Sean. Big Sean. Big Sean's my favorite rapper, and Sean Taylor, who got shot, favorite football
Yeah,
player.
Red
Wow.
Sox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trey Sean right there.
University of Miami.
Miami
Mean
U,
dude,
yeah.
bro. I still watch highlights sometimes. on
Oh, for
YouTube.
sure.
Yeah.
Because he got
Yeah.
the Miami 30 for 30.
That's when you could hit helmet to helmet still. I'm pretty sure he killed like 3 people in the
Oh, for
NFL.
sure. Like the
People
whole team,
are not okay after
CTE
his
for
hits.
sure.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened?
All right, so she hit me up, said she was late while she was on vacation. We were messing around, like saying, all right, like we got our family if it comes down to that. She ended up having her period, so that didn't happen. But when she got back from vacation, I was like, all right, I feel like I'm ready for us to like really just bring this all back together. It had been a few months since we kind of like spread apart. We're close again. And so I said, let's make this work. Like, I'm ready to be here emotionally and all these other ways that you need. And then she kind of ghosted me for a few days. Like, she didn't say anything. And I'm not one to like hit up every day, but she was still kind of my girl. So in my head, I'm hitting her, or not in my head, but I'm like hitting her up every day.
Yeah.
A few weeks.
Wait, one time or like multiple times?
So like I would not, there would be sometimes, there would be multiple times in a day. And then like the next day, I'm like, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna say nothing. Then later at night, fucking, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
And then I wake up the next day, don't see anything. Now I'm hitting her up again all day type. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like this
You
weird.
start throwing a little anger out or what?
I did leave a voicemail where you could tell I was just starting to get a little like pissed off, like,
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck is
What's
going
the
on?
deal?
It's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that lasted for a few weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, like 2 weeks. Yeah, 10 days, 2 weeks. It was a while.
Of no communication.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
damn.
I think there was a couple short, like quick ones. I was like, hey, let's just meet up. Want to talk to you for a bit?
Yeah.
I'll see, or like I'll
Yeah.
get back to you, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Finally, I guess she had enough of me doing that to where like almost verbatim, she was like, "Don't ever text me again. Don't call me. And my boyfriend doesn't appreciate that you're calling me." And when I heard that, mind blown, shock, confusion, anger. There was the sadness was there. Like the sadness probably like really kicked in probably like a couple days afterwards. But like I already had like trust issues in general just off of how I've been brought up. I kind of had my heart broken before in a past relationship. That one just really just took the cake.
Wait,
Especially when you're just talking about naming your
Yeah.
not known
And
baby.
like she was sending me like news while she was at the beach. Like, you know, like so in my head, like I'm on cloud 9. I'm like, all right, got this comedy thing starting off. And I'm going into the Lions Den with a chick. Like she's gonna be at these mics.
Wait, so let me ask you, was it boyfriend after the 10 days or did she have a boyfriend before and you were the side piece?
I don't think she had a boyfriend at all until
It was that 10-day span.
yeah, maybe what between vacation and like that time afterwards.
Yeah.
She was doing some like reflecting of her own. I do know I heard her based off of maybe she never had the conversation of like I need some time to figure this shit out. Maybe she wanted to be there with me in that. It's just every time I've been hit with like a crazy moment of life, I've always done it alone. Like, I mean, I've had both my parents run out on me and come back. So I've had moments of homelessness by myself. Like,
Wait, what do you mean run out on you and come back?
so I have a joke how my dad never ran out. He just took breaks and like, but it's true. Like, so like he left me with the stepmom from the Mayflower for like 6 months.
With the stepmom?
Yeah.
Damn.
And like had to deal with her cooking, like, you know, yeah. Like, come on now. Everything was Quaker Oats, you know.
Stop.
Yeah, it was awful. She crushed up goldfish and put it on curry shrimp and said, I was like, you're disrespecting shrimp right now.
Wow.
You're disrespecting anybody who uses fucking curry. Like, so he left and he came back.
I like how your dad dips.
You just
The step lady is watching you, and you're like, the goldfish? For real? You giving me
fucking
snacks?
yeah.
You're putting snacks
in
on
my
my
dinner?
entree right now?
Yeah. Fucking hated it. Like, he put a note on the fridge a couple of days before Thanksgiving. And he's probably going to watch this. He gets mad when I bring this shit up. But I love him now.
No,
We're
it's
good.
your right to. It's your right
No,
to.
for sure. It
your
is.
experience.
And
Yeah.
we've had a talk. It's my experience.
Yeah.
And I forgave him
Yeah.
for it. He knows that.
Trauma. You make it
Exactly,
funny.
exactly.
You know? Yeah.
And we all forgive, or, well, we should forgive, I guess. And I've forgiven him. And then the next year he left for good. With stepmom had already left with the kids. He left, and then it was just me and the dog now in the house.
Wait, how old are you?
How old are you?
At that point, I was 16, just turned 17. The year he left for good. 15 when he left, and came back.
You had to get a job? No one was buying you food or nothing?
So, no, I was working at my dad's restaurant, and then it went under. And so at that point, I mean, I couldn't even take a shower because they turned the water off. I laughed because it's like, it was just like a snowball. And I never really...
Damn, you had a house, but you were homeless.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And a dog who just had given birth to puppies.
You
So,
sell them or you keep them?
Oh my God.
well, at that point, when the mother ate one of the puppies to feed the other puppies, that's when I realized, okay, I need to figure something out. Because either I'm gonna end up eating one of these dogs, or
At
all right, maybe edit
17?
that out because you're like mind blown, right?
Wow.
Wait, have you ever told that story and no one is mind blown?
Um,
They just ate one of the pups. Why not? Scooby Doo just be munching on Scrappy sometimes.
So no, when I do it, that's when I say I realize it really is a dog eat dog world out here.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a
literally.
lesson. And then I usually get some laughter, some uncomfortability.
Yeah.
And then when I say that I eat the dog, I never did. People really get grossed out.
I feel like it redefines the definition of like eat my children, you know?
Yeah.
You know? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's
It
how
was.
do you choose? Yeah.
So I knocked on my neighbor's door, and I was
Those
like,
are the fiercest dogs ever.
Yeah.
It just grew up eating its little brother.
Yeah.
How'd you get so big, Charlie? I was eating my little brother when I was 8.
gladiator
crazy.
type shit for real. So I told my neighbor, because I didn't have a cell phone back then either. Cell phones weren't like they are now. Plus we were broke.
You just came home and there was like bones and blood everywhere.
So she ate the whole thing. I couldn't see shit. So,
And
they
you
were
just
so,
like counted and you were like 5, huh?
So there was the only brown lab because they were all black. There was one brown one, one light skinned one. So I was already relating to this motherfucker.
And it was like they took out the minority
Exactly. Like, see, dogs can be racist too to their own kind.
to their own son.
But I remember that dog was always the one that never got the nipple. Like he was trying to get on the
The
titty.
little runt, yeah.
But yeah, so I was before I would go to school every day.
Yeah.
I would make sure I would put him on the mom.
Yeah.
So that way he could eat because the other motherfuckers weren't letting him eat.
Yeah.
And then I would
No
do the
brown kids at this water
Yeah,
fountain. Only blacks, dude.
segregated nipples. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would do that every day. When I come home, I would do it. And when I came home, couldn't find the motherfucker. I was like, where the fuck? And he couldn't have gone nowhere. I'm like looking everywhere. And I was like, oh, damn. And I get it. The mom had
And then you
the-
just
You found
make
the
eye
bones or what?
contact.
No, I think she because they were so small, she just
ate 'em.
swallowed it all. Yeah.
Dude, you just made eye contact with that dog and it was just and you were just probably looking at it like, you vicious son of a bitch.
You're like, I'm next.
It's like, come
Right?
try to
Yeah.
I'm like, don't pet me, you serial killer. Get away
Yeah.
from
Not
me.
sleeping.
Shit
Yeah.
was So that's when I was like, I had to say something. Like, so I went to my neighbor and I was like, look, this is what's going on. And thankfully, all the dogs were rescued and found homes before I did. So this is a joke. Me and the mom dog stayed with the neighbor, and the neighbor, wonderful woman, adopted all the puppies. And then I called my people back home in Maryland and got them hip to this situation.
Wait,
And then-
where were you?
I was in West Virginia.
Oh.
Because my dad went to West Virginia to open the restaurant after he had given birth. Or he didn't give birth. But after he gave the Mayflower, the son, she gave him the money for the restaurant. And then
Yeah.
everything went down.
Like how her
Wow.
name now is now
This
the
is
the
Mayflower.
Mayflower, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a whole other crazy thing with that because I just recently found out my dad was letting her stay on we have family land in Georgia. And she stayed in my great grandmother's trailer. Because down there, everyone lives in a trailer. Yeah, and she trashed it over the next 4 years. But my dad let her live there so he could make sure that his kids were good through high school. But he was like, the moment that my sister graduates, I'm throwing her the fuck out. And he went to go clean out the crib. He put a video. The crib looks like something you would see on fucking Hoarders.
Orders.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I can show y'all later. Like there was just feces everywhere from
my
like
God.
mice. Like it was like some Hoarders shit from the chick who was supposed to have this blue blood money is staying on some black family land. Probably got it cursed. We got to probably sage the whole fucking farms and all that shit.
Do you believe in that stuff?
Yeah, I believe that there's like everything. I do believe in it to a certain extent. I don't go with like a traditional belief of like how it's blown up these days.
The witchcrafty moon cycle.
Yeah, witchcraft is
sage.
basically anything. Like what we're doing right now is witchcraft. We're taking vibrational sounds and we're communicating with them because that's all. We're taking a thought,
I
giving it a
knew it.
sound. Yeah.
I knew I was a witch.
Oh yeah, you're a wonderful witch. You are perfect.
Dude,
Like,
I wish you guys did
the
a
music
spell.
spells, the word spells.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wish you guys did a spell to wipe my memory clean of these this hoarding dog eat
I
dog
know.
situations, dude.
But yeah, like so that was where my dad fucked me up. My mom, I lived with her from my early childhood. She always talked about my dad being like the worst person on earth, but then she sent me to go live with him when I was probably too much for her, and I probably needed my dad. But in my head at the time, it was like, why are you sending me to this person that you painted this evil vision of, and now you're just gonna throw me to the wolves? And then the second thing,
You didn't watch the movie Boys in the Hood?
oh yeah, no, I know what, yeah, no,
And give
yeah,
you like some,
yeah.
oh, it makes sense. I get it. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I totally understood. It's just my parents at that time, my dad was like 27. Here's a 11-year-old son out of nowhere. Like he's still trying to party and do his thing. And now he's got this responsibility that
That's true
took
because
him
he
some
wasn't
time.
even 30 yet.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was still trying to live his life. And I don't fault him for it. Like I never looked at it as good or bad. It was just, I lived with him, but I didn't see him a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then my mom, a few years back, she got addicted to pills. Not her fault. It was for her neck. But when she got addicted, she would say some shit that she probably didn't mean, like, I regret having you, I don't love you. So like that kind of, and that was going on with this when I was with my ex that we were talking about. And I was like, man, my relationship with my mom is falling apart. She's addicted to this shit. And I got everything fixed except my ex, like we don't exist in each other's realities anymore. Like I just wanted to have a conversation with her and really try to understand where she was coming from with all of this.
Yeah, so you never got closure at
Never
all.
got closure.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
I got
so-
one of those too.
Yeah,
I got two of those.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Which one? They both hurt just as bad.
I like how both you guys turn like, ooh, story time.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Yeah.
You're just going to drop that?
Yeah, one girl was from high school, dated
Okay.
a girl in high school for a long time. She went to college, broke up with me over the phone.
Okay.
I was like, crying in my fucking dorm like a little bitch. Took me like years to get over the girl. Then I met the next girl who I still don't have a lot of closure with and still try to talk
Because
to.
you
in
still talk to
text.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's like I can't move on clean ever.
Were
You know?
Were
Is
you
that just
blocked
me?
by? No. You want to just check everything off before you can move to the next whatever.
Not even. I just want them to love me and never get over me.
I have a Taylor Swift song for you.
Is it
feel
about
it.
everyone
It's
loving
called
me?
Closure.
Yeah, who'd
Yeah.
have guessed, huh? She's real complex.
Yeah.
Gonna have it on the playlist now driving to work.
It might help. Actually, I have a couple. Anyway.
But were you blocked? Because she blocked me after that. Like, and so I got blocked.
I don't know. I think I've been blocked. And
Wait, you don't
released a
have
couple
another
times.
Instagram account that you can like sneak in and look? Do you want me to do it?
At this point, like I finally learned to move on from her. Like,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I've moved on. But
You know what they say? Just wish her the worst.
yeah,
you know?
see, I'm a good person. I always say I wish people the best, but fuck
That's what you
that
say.
bitch.
But yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you
fuck
say.
that bitch.
But inside you mean, I hope you never get over me and
Exactly.
your baby's ugly.
It's like I want you to see me on
do.
Netflix, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
be. Oh,
And then you got to tell your husband, like, oh, I used to date that guy.
Exactly.
You used to date Anthony? Now are you kidding me? I love that dude.
think about that every night. That's the only time I think about her. Yeah,
So
but
I have one more question
Yeah.
for you, and then we'll do the cards. But are you looking to be in another long-term relationship? Is that-
yeah, but also I feel like after that, it's like just trying to open up those like channels of trust again. And then out here in Austin, I need to put myself in a situation where I can go and find that without looking for it. It's like I'm doing mics and I'm working, and I'll go out after mics and stuff like that. But I need to give myself some time where I'm just out doing shit.
Living your life.
Yeah. And that's hard for me to do.
You got to get some hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm working on is having hobbies. So I'm like, oh, now I have knowledge to talk about a certain thing because I have this hobby. Like,
why is it hard for you to do that? To not work?
I do get like focused in on things that I'm doing, and I justify it as I'm working hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I need to also, I do understand the importance of balance, but I procrastinate on that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I struggle going into new spaces just because it's like I am routine driven, and I embrace change, but I can't embrace too much change at once.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were talking about hobbies, like I had a bunch back home, which always was great, you know.
Yeah, I think they're the best. Even just like cooking, you know.
And I cook, like I'll cook from time to time. I'll put on some like potlucks, but like I did a lot of like just social sports leagues. That was fun.
Yeah.
And then like the co-ed ones, I mean, those are because it's like, then you just go out.
And it's a whole league.
Exactly.
Too. Yeah.
And then you just go out and have drinks, and that met a lot of people doing that back home.
Yeah.
So man, I just look into doing something out in Austin with that. Y'all want to join a co-ed sports league with me? No?
I'm too old.
What sport?
I'm too old and don't have insurance.
No, that's
my athletic days are done.
The insurance is definitely the thing that gets.
Dude, I played basketball the other day. Someone hit me in the chest a little hard, and I was like, I gotta sit out, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, that touched my heart. Like, I might have cancer now. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
shit
going
hit different
down.
at
I
30.
feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 3, definitely hit
Before we do the cards, I'm just gonna real quick. Just give me craziest sex scenario you've ever had.
craziest sex scenario. Okay. There was, you want to hear about the hallway or with my ex, like in the house with her family or like a bunch of Baptists? I mean, go with that one.
Whatever
Which is your
one you're
favorite?
feeling.
Yeah.
I'm interested
Okay.
about both of them.
All right, so have y'all vacations when you go with like your spouse or your significant others, like family?
Yeah.
So that was weird for me already because like I felt like not the whole family really liked me, and some of them really loved me, and so it was just like an awkward thing the whole time.
Yeah.
And this was one of the first vacations where her brother, who just got out of jail, was joining too. And you know how
First time you're meeting him?
I have met him a few times, and we were
Okay.
cool, and like but it's just like
But
know.
he have that look in his eye?
Just like
don't cross this
make
dude.
sure
Yeah,
man, you look after my sister, and
Yeah.
both brothers were there. Like there was like the whole family. Her uncle, who was like a pastor, her aunt, who was a pastor, her mom, who listens to both of them religiously. Like it was a very interesting experience. But like, so my head the whole time is like, all right, I know we're not going to be staying in the same rooms. I'm in the room with one of her brothers, so it's like, damn. Like even if I want to sneak out and do something, like he's gonna hear the door open, he's gonna hear the door close, type shit.
Yeah.
So it was just very like walking on needles and eggshells the whole time. But we went out one night. We were in Orlando. We went out to like where Margaritaville, all that shit is out there. Got drunk. So I was like, all right, everyone's gonna be asleep. So I'm like, I gotta find the opportunity to do this quietly. So we get back, and everyone's asleep. And like really the only open room was the living room because like everyone had, like there was like 2 to 3 people in every fucking, there was a lot of people like
Yeah.
and like when you vacation with black folks, like everyone's at home, they're playing spades all day, the grill is always going, so like it's like, you know, so we were just in the living room hanging out, and then we just ended up fucking in the living room. But the whole time I'm just like thinking like any sound, but it was also like a great thrill because it's like, you know, if I get caught, like what am I gonna do? But like I want to do this, and like, so yeah, that was an interesting one.
That's when you got to use God against them, you know? This is natural. He made us do this.
Like shit, yeah. This was all Jesus talk.
This
right
is
here.
his plan.
This is what Jesus would do.
Yeah.
And then another vacation where we hooked up, same ex at the time. It was like a friend's vacation, Myrtle Beach. And after we got done with round 1, she pulls the condom off, and she was like immediately ready for round 2. And I was like, well, wait, like, 'cause this was the time where I believed in condoms. But even then, like,
Wait, I like how
you
you're like,
don't
I don't
anymore?
believe. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel the same.
Overrated.
It doesn't feel the same. Like just
It's not
pull
even
out-
sex.
Yeah, like
you know?
it's like just rubber in between.
It's like
a soul bond.
we're doing a workout.
Yeah,
You know, we're doing a
shit.
team workout
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
like a very intense workout with a partner. Yeah, but like as soon as I took the condom off, she was ready for like hopped right back on. So like I was like the next day, because we were drunk, but I was trying to stop her, but she didn't want to stop, and I wasn't gonna say no because then it would be rape, and it's not rape because I was cool with it. But the next day I was like, yo, we need to go get some Plan B because of this is what happened. Her cousin and all of her friends like found out about this. So before we go to the next like part of our day, like to the boardwalk, we stop at Rite Aid to get the Plan B, and everybody knows why we're in the car and why we're doing it. And I barely knew these people, so it just felt like they were looking at me like I'm just a piece of shit. And like the whole time I was trying to like, it's like it's kind of her fault. Like I told her to wait, but like I was the bad guy in that situation. So that one kind of
Even though you're the one pushing. Okay.
And I believe in my head that
I was laying down and she just sat back on. Like,
like she like.
Also, props for you that you could just do that right back to back. So.
Well,
I was like,
all right.
low-key
I like
brag.
how that's what you heard in the story.
Yeah, I was like, that's
Man,
kind
and
of.
your dick stayed hard? That's crazy.
well, it didn't go it didn't go soft. Like as soon as I got done, I took the condom off, and it was still, that post game phase.
Yeah.
And then she got back on round 2. Like didn't last. Yeah. So, but it was still, had sweat from the first game.
Yeah.
That was now she was wiping it off with her, with her towels.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, I think it comes to a scenario like that, especially being a young man,
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost on them when
Yeah.
you shoot the club up,
I
because
see.
like you almost need them to be like, hey, don't do this. Like we're poor people, You're like, hey, I want to shoot the club up, and they're like, no, don't shoot the club up. It's like that girl you danced on, like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime a girl's like, don't do that, I'm like, no, I'm just playing. But if I say it and she doesn't stop me, I'm like, I love you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you kind of you put it on her. It's like a little mindful Jedi mind trick. Yeah.
Well, Anthony Knight, this has been so much fun. I know we've got a time restraint, and I just want to respect that.
Okay.
What's your corner of the internet? How do we find you, keep up with you and your shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, A Night of Comedy. That's my Instagram and my YouTube channel, and then Ant Knight on Facebook. I need to get them all consistent, but and then I was talking to you before this, like about I just need to get on TikTok to get some online content going. That will be called A Night of Comedy as well. So when you do look it up, I have some content ready for everybody, and
Cool.
It'll be good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
guys.
here.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. This is fucking dope, man.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
I've been Maggie Mayfield.
I've been Brian Macduffee.
Thank you so much, our producer, Brandon Legendre, for making us look and sound incredible. And thank you to Creek in the Cave Studios for having us. You can find us on all the social medias at Slide In Pod.
Bye.